Hey guys, welcome back to Movie Idol. So in this video, I want to talk about episode 5 of of Fear the Walking Dead, titled The End of Everything. So I really am wondering what that episode title is going to be referring to. Is it going to be one of those soldiers or one of the CRM members saying that like what they're responsible for or something like that is going to be the end of everything or something like that? I don't know. It's a weird title. I'm very curious in what it means. And yeah, I'm really hyped for this episode. I think this is the one episode that I'm actually truly excited for with Fear the Walking Dead. Before we jump in though, make sure to subscribe here for more Walking Dead content like this. Comic-Con is like in 3.5 weeks. Expect a lot of season 10 stuff to drop. I mean, we're already getting a lot of it. I guess not season 10 stuff, but Rick Grimes movie stuff. We only have 4 more episodes until the mid-season finale. So that big Rick Grimes announcement that Gimple is expected to make, or if it's Rick Grimes related anyways, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Rick Grimes movie related. That's coming within the next 4 weeks for sure. So yeah, make sure to be a subscriber to get all my videos. Also make sure to follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at MOVIEidol for live updates. Episode 5, like I said, is titled The End of Everything and will be directed by Sarah Wayne Callies, which is really interesting because of all the connections to Rick Grimes, right? Episode 5 is really going to lay the groundwork for what this community is like. We might actually get some like real information at their location or what they're doing there, some type of motive. I imagine some stuff is going to be left a mystery, but they're going to give us something because episode 5 seems like a standalone Althea episode, and it's her escaping the CRM people, literally. So we're going to find out something. We're going to see a lot more of what we saw in the premiere. A lot of exciting stuff is going to be happening. What I'm going to be doing in this video is combining 2 trailers because they're both super similar. Usually I'll do a trailer breakdown or a scene breakdown in like 2 separate videos if the scenes are very different. But for this episode, it seems like the 2 trailers that they released, they're both pretty much related. And so the first one I want to break down is a scene in which Althea actually finds the helicopter and goes in it. This is a really big scene. It really is. This is something that we've actually never really gotten to see. The last time we saw this was when Rick was taken by Jadis and he woke up in the back of the helicopter, but we didn't get to see who was flying it. We didn't get to see any of that. And in this scene right here, we're literally seeing Althea go into this helicopter and look around in it. When she first sees it, I mean, she's pretty shocked. That's pretty much all of our reactions too. And if you notice, the same symbol is on there, like that 3 circle, almost like a biohazard symbol, that's on there. And it's actually pretty remarkable at how much these helicopters look very similar. Is it the same one? Like, is this helicopter the same exact helicopter that took Rick away in season 9? I'm sure they have a ton of them. I'm sure it's not the same helicopter, which says a lot about this community because the helicopters are clean. If you remember in season 8 of The Walking Dead, when we saw Jadis' trailer or whatever was inside, it was really clean too, which seems like a ridiculous thing to say, but that says a lot, I think, about this community because they're actually able to worry about things like that, you know, wanting to keep things clean and just how brand new things look. Like, it's really insane. The exterior of the helicopter looks exactly like the one that took Rick. Same with the interior, it looks exactly the same. So this stuff is like, it's almost like they're making these things in a factory or something like that, which would be really insane. Imagine if that was revealed, if it was like this military base that's actually working on stuff like that, like they have engineers and mechanics and all that. That would be something, wow. But then we get this woman that walks up to Althea while she's in the helicopter, holds this gun up to her, and it seems like Althea is screwed, but obviously when you watch the other trailer, you know that she's not. I think she's going to be getting away just because we have other shots of her, I think, wearing that outfit. I'm pretty sure it's her, but I'll talk about that in a second. I just really love this scene. I mean, this is just one scene that's happening pretty early on in the episode. And with all of these trailers, they're not really giving away a lot of what happens in these episodes, or at least at the end of the episodes anyways. And I will say right now with Fear the Walking Dead, they're definitely ending their episodes really well. They're ending them on very good cliffhangers. There's actually some sort of payoff when you watch an episode right now. Maybe it gets slow during the middle or something like that, but it will go somewhere. At the end of an episode, there's going to be some type of cliffhanger, some type of, whoa, what was that? Or, whoa, I'm excited for next week's episode, I guess. Like, there's just something there. That helicopter flying away in episode 4, at the end of episode 4, makes me question a lot of stuff that we might see in this episode. Is Althea in that helicopter? Is she the one flying the helicopter? There's a lot of stuff I'm very curious about. I imagine we're going to see the story of that, right? Like, we're going to see what happened with that. Now, the other trailer starts off with someone listening to the recording or watching the recording, I guess, of, I think it's Althea in the premiere talking about what she found. I'm thinking this is probably the woman that is holding the gun up at Althea. So this is probably happening pretty early on in the episode. A really cool shot that I really want to talk about and I think says a lot about this community or this group or whatever the hell they are, this organization and where they're from, is that that there's this shot here of this walker biting the armor, and obviously it's not working, right? So if they're in this armor, they could essentially walk through a walker herd and be fine. I guess the weight of a walker herd and being trampled by that could probably kill you too, but you get the point. Like, you can't actually get bit while wearing that. I can already see it now, and I feel like it's going to be a scene in the Rick Grimes movie. I can see Rick wearing this to escape. I don't know why, but I feel like we're going to see a scene like that in the movie, which would just be super cool. Now, it's really hard for me to grasp at a narrative in this trailer because we have this shot here of Althea getting knocked on the ground. So what I'm thinking is going to happen is that when Althea finds this helicopter, that's very early on in the episode. Althea is knocked on the ground by this woman here, and I think somehow she's going to get away. I think it makes sense, but we have shots of her like tied up with tape and stuff like that, and that's why I'm wondering when that happens. Is she tied up like that in this vehicle and somehow she escapes? I think she's probably going to kill that woman because I think she's going to take her outfit. Like, all these shots here of her wearing this outfit, or of a woman wearing this outfit, I'm pretty sure that's Althea, which could get very interesting if we see a scene, and I think this could be a way of giving us some information about this community, or I guess their mission or their goal, because Althea would be in this suit here. Maybe she runs into someone else and then that person asks her something like, oh, did you get this? Or did something like this? Whatever that person says could tell us a lot about this community and why they're here, why they're traveling around. Are they just gathering resources? Are they gathering people again? Is Althea someone who can get taken? Like, was she in that helicopter? Are we going to see that? I imagine probably not. I think if she was in the helicopter, then we're going to see something later on play out where she returns, because from our character's point of view, it would make no sense for her to just leave in the helicopter and just disappear, because our characters would, forever be like, well, what happened to her? Did she leave in that helicopter? No one would know. It would just remain a mystery, and maybe they could do that if there was some other villain or some other, plot narrative or something that our characters were going towards or something like that. But with where episode 4 ended, it seems like the next villain or the thing that they're working on is whatever these helicopter people are. What they're about, why was there a helicopter flying around? What the hell was that? Like Alicia said, all the kid stuff seems to have worked out already. Like, they're all working with them. So next is just this thing. That's why episode 5 is very exciting. We're going to focus on some Althea stuff. Then I think episode 6, where like Morgan and them are probably going to see them, which is then we're really getting into the mid-season finale territory and Comic-Con with the announcements. Like, I can kind of see what they're trying to set up here. Realistically, that's what I see happening to Althea in this episode, though. I really see her dealing with this, getting away, learning some more information. As for where this episode ends, I don't actually think she was on that helicopter. I just don't. I think she might know where they're going, and maybe at the end of episode 5, we'll see Althea reunite with Morgan and all of them, but that's pretty much what I see happening with her. And as for what does this mean for the Rick Grimes movie, I mean, that's what I'm really excited for right now, because I'm trying to think of what this announcement is going to be. Because obviously it's going to be Fear the Walking Dead related, and it's just really hard to predict on my part. I don't know what they're going to do. The only thing that I can think of realistically is that they're going to say that Morgan is going to be in this movie, and that Fear the Walking Dead is going to end with season 5. That's kind of how I see it ending, honestly, because it would be perfect if when Rick gets to that place, because of the timeline of Fear the Walking Dead right now, for Morgan to already be there. Like, Rick will wake up and then for some reason Morgan is there and he's just like, what? Wait, what, Morgan? I've actually talked about this in a previous video. It'd be really cool to have Rick in this bed waking up with just Morgan on his right side, which would be a really nice Easter egg for the pilot or the premiere of this series, right? When Dwayne knocked out Rick, then he woke up in in Morgan's house. There's going to be some type of announcement, and if it's not Morgan related, I think it's going to be some type of crossover. Because if it's just the release date or if it's something like that, like, why would that matter when you announced it, right? Like, you could announce it right now. Why wait until a specific moment happens in Fear the Walking Dead? That's why I think it's crossover related. Maybe Dwight goes with these people or Morgan or something like that, but I think it's crossover related. But yeah, I'm super excited for episode 5. Like, for the first time in Fear the Walking Dead in a very long time, I'm actually really excited. Actually, I was excited for the premiere, and I was genuinely excited for that, but for episode 5, I'm actually really hyped for. So far this season, episode 2 was the worst one, but I can forgive them for that. I can get over it because, I saw what they did there. It was much needed setup. You had to get that episode in there. 4 episodes in so far, they're doing really great, so I really can't wait to see what they're doing with this season. For these first 8 episodes, I know obviously I'm going to review and watch all of them, and I already said, like, I was going to review the first 8 episodes of Fear the Walking Dead. We'll see what happens in the second half, because I know everyone was teasing that the first half deals with a lot of Rick Grimes movie stuff, and then the second half might not. So, like, we'll wait and see. I'm really hoping it does. I'm hoping there's some sort of tie-in to the mid-season premiere, and that this story is going to continue for the rest of the season, because I would hate for this season to be broken up into 2 stories. The first half being this helicopter group and the second half being something else. Another villain they find on the road. Like, I would really, really hate that. But post your predictions down below for episode 5. Are you hyped for it? Hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.